Signing with a major label is the dream for most rappers, but everyone doesn't get treated the same. Some artists will be better off going independent. And today, we're breaking down 5 rappers who really secured the bag and got the biggest deals in rap history. Back in February, NBA Youngboy was having some serious issues with Atlantic Records. His Colors mixtape dropped in January and debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. But for some reason, it disappeared from Apple Music. He hopped on his YouTube community page and said, "Why blackball me? I'm the good guy. I was going number 1 2 weeks straight with a mixtape, so they took it down off the charts. I don't give a f, you still can't stop me." Youngboy was locked up on house arrest at the time, but he used social media to diss Atlantic and other artists. Don't sign no Atlantic if you an artist. They're not gonna support you, especially if you live a certain way. In May, DJ Academics claimed that Youngboy turned down a new deal with Atlantic. He said, "Youngboy is leaving. He will not be re-signing. He didn't like their offers. I can tell you they offered him like $25 million and he turned it down." Rumors started flying that Youngboy was signing with Birdman's Cash Money Records. Birdman and Youngboy have collabed in the past, and in November 2021, Birdman said, "Ain't no gonna be bigger than NBA Youngboy. Numbers don't lie. He's the biggest YouTube artist and he behind the wall. When that little boy get his mind right and he comes from under his bullshit and understands who he is, you know, Thug and all them, they're up in age. They're 30. This 20. And you put a behind the wall, they become smart." Back in August, Youngboy hopped on social media to flex his new deal worth $60 million. Rumors say that he signed with Birdman at Cash Money, but the info hasn't been confirmed yet. When the news broke that Youngboy got a new bag, Kodak hopped on IG Live and said he wants $60 million too. He said, "Youngboy about done. He's about to fulfill his deal. I'm fulfilling my deal too. I definitely can't let him be out his deal and moving on and get into that real bag. And I just be sitting back and stealing my fucking deal. No, I'm done too. I need my $60 million. Right now, Kodak is signed with Atlantic, but if the money isn't right with them, it looks like he's willing to shop around for whoever wants to give him the most. Lil Wayne is one of the highest selling rappers in the world. He sold over 120 million records, and in 2012, he passed Elvis Presley's record for the most tracks on the Billboard Hot 100 as a male artist. He was making millions off his own career, but in 2005, he leveled up and started Young Money Entertainment. Wayne signed Nicki Minaj and Drake, which proved he could handle the business side of rap too. And in 2020, he flipped the Young Money masters to Universal Music for a huge bag. Wayne sold Young Money's entire catalog for over $100 million. The details came out because his ex-manager, Ronald Sweeney, sued him for unpaid expenses. According to Sweeney, Wayne hired him back in 2005 because he was having issues with Birdman not paying Young Money what it was owed. Young Money's an imprint under Cash Money Records, and apparently, Birdman wasn't kicking back royalties like he was supposed to. Wayne's had a lot of issues with Birdman and Cash Money in the past. Back in 2014, he hopped on Twitter to air out the situation. He said, "I want off this label and nothing to do with these people, but unfortunately, it ain't that easy. I'm a prisoner and so is my creativity." Then, in 2015, he sued Cash Money for $51 million because Birdman was blocking the release of the Carter 5. The beef got heated, and Birdman allegedly threw a drink at Wayne while he was performing at a club in Miami. But a few months later, they were on stage together at the same club. Fans thought everything was settled. But then, Wayne filed a new lawsuit against Universal Music and allegedly accused Birdman of taking half of the $100 million advance Universal gave Young Money. They went back and forth for a couple years, but in 2018, Wayne and Birdman finally squashed the beef. Birdman went on Everyday Struggle and said, "We happy as a motherfucker, man. We came up. That shit forever behind us. I gave him whatever he want." Wayne finally settled his label issues, and the beef paid off big time. He had to fight for years, but the 9-figure check Universal cut him definitely made it worth his time. You don't see a lot of rappers getting 9-figure deals, but in 2008, Jay-Z proved he knew how to run everything when he signed a $150 million contract with Live Nation. Back then, he said, "I've turned into the Rolling Stones of hip-hop," and a few years later, he actually topped the deal. The $150 million bag he made in 2008 was wild, but in 2017, he signed a new deal with Live Nation for an insane $200 million. Jay obviously brings in a ton of cash from his shows, but nobody expected Live Nation to hand over that much. Their deal back in 2008 covered touring and advances for albums, but the new contract was only for live music. When the news broke, Jay said, "Live Nation and I entered uncharted territory in 2008. Over 9 years, we have traveled the world producing historic music experiences." Michael Rapino is an industry visionary, and this renewed partnership is a testament to our long-standing relationship and the talented individuals at Live Nation. For the next 10 years, we will continue redefining the live event landscape. Jay also co-runs Roc Nation with Live Nation, and both sides know how to bring the cash in. When it comes to rappers making money, Jay's at the top of the game. He's been making business moves for 2 decades, and in an interview, he said, "My brands are an extension of me. They're close to me. It's not like running GM, where there's no emotional attachment." He's been involved with clothing lines, drinks, NBA teams, plus his Tidal streaming service that he sold last year for $302 million. Jay's also been sued a few times over business deals that went bad, but he always comes out on top. And now that he's got that billionaire status, the only way he can go is up. Back when Wayne and Birdman were beefing over label issues, Birdman admitted that he spent $70 million from the $100 million Universal advance. Birdman claimed that he spent it on royalty payments, marketing, and recording costs, but Wayne's team thought he took the money for himself. It's not clear where all that money actually went, but Wayne and Birdman eventually settled the issue. And last year, Birdman went on the Big Facts podcast and said that he gave Wayne half a bill. He said, "When Universal gave me a bag, I can honestly say I gave Wayne about $400 to $500 million. Drake got about $500 million, and Nicki got about $300 to $400 million out of my pocket. No cap. You don't believe me? Ask him." Lil Wayne helped make Birdman and Cash Money famous, but Birdman had to grind it out back in the 90s. He started the label with his brother Slim back in 1992, and it took a long time to have any success. Birdman started finding local artists in Louisiana to sign. After a few years, the label started popping off, but then they started losing rappers. A few of them split from the label over money issues, but Kilo G, Pimp Daddy, and Yellow Boy were all murdered. By 1997, the only 2 artists left were Lil Wayne and BG, who were going by Baby D and Lil Doogie at the time. But everything turned around when Cash Money signed Turk and Juvenile and put all 4 of their rappers in a crew called the Hot Boys. After the Hot Boys started taking over, Universal gave Cash Money a $30 million deal, and the rest is history. Wayne and Birdman have had a lot of problems over the years, but they also made each other a ton of money. Luckily, everything's cool between them now, and they can just focus on making more music and money instead of suing each other. After 6ix9ine got hit with racketeering and weapons charges back in 2018, a lot of fans thought his career was over. He was facing a 47-year minimum sentence after pleading guilty, but then he flipped and worked with the cops against his own crew. Hip-hop fans started calling him the biggest rat in the game, but all the drama didn't scare away his label. While he was waiting to be sentenced, 6ix9ine signed a new deal with 10K Projects for $10 million. And when he came back to the game in 2020 with the track Gooba, he said, "Ha ha, I'm laughing cause you big mad. See it in your face, cry baby, you big sad. Tweeting about me, got me trending, you big sad. Tell me how I ratted, came home to a big bag." 6ix9ine might be known as the biggest rat in the game, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know how to make money. A lot of people thought he might go into witness protection after flipping on the 9 Trey Bloods, but now he's back in the game and bringing in more cash than most of the people hating on him.